Good morning, good afternoon, and in case I don't see you, great evening. Today we have an amazing recipe that I'm going to make from start to finish as if you have never ever cooked in your life. This is my favorite recipe, a rustic ratatouille. The ingredients that we have for today are, we're gonna get 3 small zucchinis. Normally I like to do 2 if they're actually a little bit bigger. We're gonna do 2 tomatoes. These are very, very large tomatoes. If you don't have large tomatoes, use smaller tomatoes. We're gonna use a bell pepper, a red and a yellow one. It matches my dress. We're gonna use 2 eggplants. I've already taken both ends out right away. And then we're gonna have 2 yellow squash. Look at that, it matches my dress too. We're gonna use a whole onion, yes. And we are going to use some garlic. Liquids, we're going to use some wine, and we're gonna use a little bit of maple syrup, really good for your immune system, and tomato paste. Here's what we're gonna do. First, we're gonna take the ends of the vegetables. I already took the ones from the bell pepper, I took them from the tomatoes, and the key is not have this stuff in there. As I said, I'm teaching you from scratch. There are 2 ways to do ratatouille. You can slice it all, or this is more like a French one if you're doing it into slices, or if you want to do it more of a chunky, rusty style, we're going to do chunks. Here we go. We're going to start with the zucchinis. All I'm going to do is cut it into 4 and then just do the chunks. See that? Very easy. Is that easy enough? All right. I have no magic to create this until like, oh, I got all these zucchinis already done. Doesn't work that way. 4, cut it into 4, and it can be roughly chopped. It doesn't have to be perfect. And like I said, it's usually 2 to 2 of everything. But if you have like in this, I figured that this time of the year we would have zucchini galore, which I do have some in my yard, but they're super large. You don't want to use them. They're like this, huge. The same thing we're gonna do with the same thing with the bell peppers. We're gonna cut them into 4s, roughly chopped. And this is very simple. There's no need to figure it out which way I'm gonna cut it. I'm gonna put this on the tray that I have right here next to me. And then we're gonna do the eggplant. And the eggplant, oh, sorry. We're gonna do the bell pepper because they're gonna go together. So little chunks. If you're allergic to bell peppers, do not put them. They're not necessary, but I love the flavor of bell peppers, so I put them on. And if you make too much, then you can always can this whole ratatouille business. And you can use it up later. All right, now we're gonna do the tomatoes. Very simple. Take the tomato, cut it in half, and then chunk 3 times. And then put it in there. Oh, see, even I sometimes go out of sequence. Right? And I've been cooking for like 30 years. And I promise you, you will learn how to cook easy recipes with me because I was not a cook. I'm not a trained chef. But I tell you something, I'm very proud of all the recipes that I create myself. I travel all over the world. I tasted food all over the world. And every time I come back from a trip, the first thing that I crave is not going to a restaurant. It's actually a home-cooked meal. Nowadays, people spend more time buying cars, buying houses, but they forget that the most important thing is our health. This is getting a little bit wet here, so I'm just gonna wipe it up a bit. And now we're gonna take the eggplant. 1, 3. Remember, especially nowadays, there's a lot of heavy metal toxicity in not just the foods, actually in the cookware. Be careful of where you're gonna cook your food, what type of cookware you're going to use, because you might just be ingesting heavy metals. And why are heavy metals bad for us? Well, maybe not proven, but canned foods, leaching of the metals from pots and pans. If I were you, hold off on buying that $5,000 purse or maybe that $100,000 car, and get yourself a really high quality cookware. That's 1 eggplant. I love eggplant, especially the skin of the eggplant. There's a lot of niacin, which helps fight free radicals. People get cancer because of the amount of free radicals in their body. Now, no offense to anyone, nobody. But I am going to tell you my 2 bits when it comes to cancer. Why do people have cancer? Because most people in the world are overfed and undernourished. Not only that, when people said, oh, we're raising money for this cancer research, stop it. You know what the research is? Maybe start eating better foods at home. Stop eating at restaurants. Nothing wrong with eating at a restaurant, but if you're eating at a restaurant every single day, you are going to pay the price. I guarantee you that. Because eventually, because I used to travel all the time, guess what? I was eating at restaurants all the time. And I was pretty sick. I had high blood pressure. I had like pre-diabetic. And guess what? I took care of my health using the food, the cures in the kitchen, because truly that's how you're going to really get better. The next item that we're going to do is a yellow squash. Same thing. Just hold it like that. And sometimes you could do it like this, but sometimes if you're not that great with knives, you might end up with a little cut. I'm going to add the zucchini with the green one because they're both kind of from the same family. See, I don't have like great knife skills, but I'm telling you, I got great cooking skills because I'm a self-taught. I call myself the flexitarian chef. Why flexitarian? Because I used to be raw vegan. Then I went to vegetarian. And then I decided enough is enough. I'm going to eat whatever my body asks for. If it asks meat, I'll have meat. If it asks beans, I'll have beans. But I'm not going to be labeling myself and limiting myself because of whatever flavor of the month is. One day they tell you beef is bad for you or fat is bad for you. And another day they'll tell you, oh, it's the best thing ever. Well, we know better. Common sense always supersedes everybody's opinion on what you should eat. And I'm going to put 1 yellow zucchini because that one was a big one. Onions, I already washed it. Always wash everything. For the onions, we can just go half and then make an incision. Take the first layer of the onion. And I know this is primordial type of cooking, meaning that you are learning something that nobody ever taught me. I wish I would have been around the kitchen when I was a kid so I could learn. But sometimes parents, they don't want you in the kitchen. They want to do everything themselves. Here's the onions, which is the first thing that is going to go. And by the way, this meal, if you want to, you can use oil. If you don't want to, don't cook with oil. Because there are oils that heal and there are oils that kill. And so make sure you're using the right oils. And the right oils is, when you cook with oils, you don't want to overheat them because they become a trans fat. Trans fat, basically, they clog your arteries. We have the onions. So what next? We're going to move the camera right here to where I'm going to cook. And we're going to bring this beautiful 316 Ti non-toxic cookware. All right? Turn on the heat. We're going to start at medium high because medium high is for fry. Let's add the onions. This will create moisture. And I want you to see this. I'd rather you see the pan than seeing me. There you go. We can accomplish both. And then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to add the tomatoes. So this is already heating up. So always add the stuff that will create juice. Then we add the stuff that is takes a little longer to cook. And people have been asking me for this recipe. I made a little reel and I never posted the whole recipe, but now I am. The next thing that we will add is the eggplant. Takes nothing at all. This is like an amazing recipe that you can do over and over again. You can have it with pasta. You can have it by itself, or you can have it with a nice piece of toast, like a little crostini, and it's beautiful. And then the next thing, and we're already getting full here, we're gonna add the bell peppers. Now, key here is, let's cover it. And we are going to add a little bit of sea salt. Now, I'm trying to look which one is closer. I think I'm going that way. My disappearing act again. All right, sea salt. Why sea salt? Celtic salt, sea salt, one of the best salts that you can have. Your body needs the salt. The salt that you never ever want to have is the table salt because it does have anti-caking agents, which basically is a little bit, I want to say poison, but I'm not going to say that. It's bad for you. That's the bad salt that gives you high blood pressure. A little bit of sea salt. I know, it looks like a lot, but it's not a lot. The key is mix all these ingredients really good. And you'll see that once the tomatoes, once the onions start to cook, it's going to start really drawing all the juices, and this is going to be half full. So at the beginning, I want to cook it like this, but truly, we're going to add, because this is like a one-pot meal, we're going to add all the zucchini, and don't be shy. It's okay. All right. And now we wait. We cover it, and we wait until this little vapor valve clicks. It's high enough to kill the bacteria. It activates at 185 degrees Fahrenheit. High enough to kill bacteria, low enough to preserve the vitamins and minerals. And why do we care about that? People take dozens of supplements. But supplements, what we have to understand, common sense, logic, is that supplements is to supplement something that you're not getting in your food. But if you're just using supplements as a replacement of your food, no bueno. You want to make sure that you're eating a great portion, at least 7 to 8 vegetables a day, a week, however, it doesn't matter. You have every single vegetable here that your body needs. Lots of antioxidants, lots of different things that are great for your body. Remember this, the colors are the vitamins and the flavors are the minerals. If you lose that, you basically, if you use cooking with a lot of water, you're cooking at high heat, you're cooking with a lot of oil, you're really destroying your food. Let's not steam, because every time that you steam is 230 degrees Fahrenheit. What happens? Steam cooks from the inside in, from the inside out, so it destroys the potential, the electricity of the food. Now boiling, you say, well, I boil my food, I quickly blanch my food and I boil it. Why not boiling? Because every time that you're boiling, you are sterilizing your food. Do you remember, if you're a mom, how did you sterilize your baby's bottle? You boiled. What's higher? Boiling or steaming? Obviously steaming, 232 degrees, 212 degrees Fahrenheit. Microwaves, don't even get me started, because microwaves, there's like 400 to 600 degrees Fahrenheit waves. That's why it's called the microwaves. Very dangerous. Do not even have one in your home. I haven't had a microwave for probably 40 years. Here's the key. Cook on something that is going to retain up to 98% of the nutrition on your food. I'll leave you with this. Watch it for a little minute, and I'll get the next ingredient. So herbs. Why the herbs? Very important to have herbs on all your foods, especially I'm going to have rosemary. Rosemary is a detoxifier. Oregano, we have oregano here. There's an oregano with flowers from my garden. Antibacterial, antifungal, antiviral. Like, my goodness, everything that you need, you can find in nature. All of the diseases that are out there, you can find the cure in nature. God already given us everything. Nature has given us everything that we need. So we just have to read up about it, learn more about it, and really integrate it into our everyday food. Now, I want to tell you about my YouTube channel. Please, if you want to get more recipes from me, if you want to learn more from me, please subscribe to my channel. We have over 1.3 million views now. Let's hit the 10 million views. Let's get more subscribers so I can get encouraged to cook even more. So for those of you who don't know what cookware I'm using, for those of you who want to know more about it, please make a comment and I can tell you the name of the cookware. All I have to tell you is it's made in the US, has a lifetime warranty, and it's made from 316 Ti, which is the highest grade of metal that you can find in the industry for cookware. And like I said, lifetime warranty, made in the US, over 80 years. So it's a great, solid company. So I've been cooking now this way for the past 30 years. And believe me, I have never missed any other cookware that is out there, because this provides everything that I need. So let's check on how the juices are coming. Oh, look at that. It's already Even though it's steaming up, it's not using steam because the valve has not even started to click. So what am I going to do is we're going to have thyme. Remember, we need more thyme. So whenever you need more thyme, make sure that you go in your garden, pick up some thyme. If you don't know what thyme looks like, this is what thyme looks like. This is what rosemary looks like, and it's incredibly amazing. It's great for sleeping. And then, like I say, all of these herbs, antibacterial, antifungal, antiviral. So I washed all my herbs, but I still make sure that, just in case I watch them, make sure that there's no dirt, even though these actually grow outside of the dirt. So this is the oregano. So let's put these guys over here. So it's kind of like a bouquet garni, but I don't like to tie them up because usually bouquet garnis, people tie them up with a little, not plastic, but they use some kind of like, I don't know what it's called. Anyway, I don't use it. So I don't tie up my herbs. I let them be free right there. So next ingredient, we are going to add some wine because the antioxidants and so many resveratrol in the wine, we're going to use a little bit of olive oil on the top when it's cooked. But the tomato paste and the tomatoes are going to add a little bit of acidity, so we balance the acidity with the maple syrup. Let's get with the tomato paste. This is our next ingredient. So we're gonna add it. Yes, I could get one of those cameras that follow me here, follow me there, but I'd rather use this. It's easier for me. So here it comes. Just put it around. I wanna make it easy, simple for you. So you're not trying to remember, oh, what did you put? What did you do? You can use stewed tomatoes, but I don't like to use stewed tomatoes because they're packed in water. And once you pack them in water, they lose a lot of their nutrition. Whenever we cook our food with water, you basically are losing your vitamins and minerals in the water if you throw it away. But if you're making a ratatouille like this, you're not throwing it away. You just keep it in there. Now, let's put some wine. I like to cook with wine. I know you know what's coming next. And sometimes I like to put it on my food. There we go. That's a joke, guys. Well, maybe this is easier. And then I'll do this one. There was a hole in the glass. A little bit of wine. If you're making this for the children, you don't need to put the wine, although I always put it. The thing is, when you're cooking with wine, the heat will evaporate the alcohol and you will just have the flavor. And that's what I'm looking for, the flavor. If you don't want to put the wine, leave it out. It's okay. Maple syrup, just a little, probably about 2 tablespoons. And you notice I haven't put any water at all. And all of that water is coming from the onions, the tomatoes, all these beautiful water-rich vegetables. People sometimes say, oh, you should buy like a water machine. Well, I had this doctor that I follow many years ago, and he said to me, you drink your water, your regular water, but you should be having more water-rich vegetables at home because you'll be able to absorb it better. Remember, our body is made of at least 70, 80% water. Let's drink more water and have more water-rich vegetables. All of these vegetables you can grow at home. It's just that easy. Look at all the water that's coming up from the veggies. And so now you let it be. And I'm going to come back. I'm going to let it cook. I'm not going to stay here with you for the whole time. I'm going to let it cook. Then we'll come back when it's ready to open it and add the olive oil. Then I'm going to invite you back in. Thank you for watching. This is your flexitarian friend, Jael Tanti. Until then, you know what to say. Have a happy, healthy, and wealthy day. I'm coming back.